If I can give you one piece of advice, it'll be stop hiding in the corners of life. Stop being scared to experience life. I want you to imagine that you're at the end of the road. You're at the end of your road. And you realize that you're at the end of the road. And I want you to imagine that all you can do is relive your life. You're in your head just reliving your life. You're thinking about all the things you've done and didn't do in your life. And you're thinking to yourself and you go, God, what if I would have made a move here? What would have happened? And if only I could redo it all again, I would do this. Wouldn't that be awful to sit there and think about all the what ifs, all the things you could have done but didn't do because you were too scared to do it in the present time? Because right now it's always scary. It's always scary to make that big move. It's never the right time. It's never gonna be the right time. You gotta make it that time. You guys, we're here to experience life and we're here for a very short time. When we hit the end of the road, you don't want to sit there and wonder what if. All right? Most of the time, we're scared to make moves in life because we're scared what the fuck Joe's gonna say down the street or what Sally is gonna think of us over here. It doesn't matter because no one else is gonna be there with you in your head, reliving your life with you because it's your life. And you're gonna think, man, I wish I could have done this, and I wish I could have done that. It's too late then. It's over. It's done. To me, that would be hell to sit there and think, what if? It's better to look back at your life and go, wow, what a trip. What a crazy life that was. It was a roller coaster, man. A roller coaster is crazy. You're up and you're down. You're all over the place. That's what life is. But if you're too scared to jump on a roller coaster and all you do is stay outside, you're hiding in the corner because you don't want to go through the ups and downs, you're not experiencing, you're just living. And you're over there in the corner with a blanket over your head because you're scared to experience life. Don't be scared, guys. Don't be scared to take that leap, to ask that girl out, to ask that guy out, to go for that job, to start that business. To fix that relationship, whatever it is, guys, don't be scared of it. All right? Maybe you do fall flat on your face. That's part of life. Maybe people do laugh at you and call you names and talk shit behind your back. That's not gonna bother you when you're 100 years old and you look back on your life. I want to tell you a story real quick as an example of this, that the reason why I am the way I am, the reason why I'm so intense, and the reason why I push for the things I push for is because of my old man, my dad. He taught me a lesson in life, and he never said a damn word. In fact, he never really even talked to me about it. Back in the day, my dad was, when he was in his 20s, he was a Golden Glove state champion of New York, heavyweight. 2 years in a row, he won a state championship for Golden Gloves. Well, when my dad had me pretty late in life. I think he was like 36, 37 when he had me. When I'm about 12 years old, I wanted to start boxing. So I'm in his boxing club. I'm there for a few months. I'm sparring in the ring and stuff like that. My dad would come and watch me sometimes. Well, on sparring days, he would come out there and watch me, and all the little kids would go first, including myself, and then afterwards, the professionals would come in and they would spar. So he'd watch me spar, I get done, come out, the professionals walk in. They got some lightweights, middleweights, light heavyweights, and heavyweights come in. Well, they're all sparring, and this one heavyweight guy, he kind of looks like Mike Tyson, man. He's not real tall, but he's just like, his arms are out there, he's super fast, he bobs and weaves and everything else, just like Mike Tyson. And he's just pushing people around in the corner, and once he gets in the corner, he's just letting them have it. And we're all watching this. And then afterwards, he gets out of the ring, and we hear him talking to my coach, and he's like, yeah, there's no heavyweight guys here for me. When I get in the ring with these guys, I'm bullying them around. I'm just pushing them into the corner. I just own them because I weigh more. I'm bigger than them. And when I'm in the ring, in the professional ring fighting against other heavyweights, I can't do that. I can't push them around. And this guy's fighting on like HBO and Showtime and all that. He's top notch. And my dad hears this. And for those that know my dad's a pretty intense man. He's a nut. And my dad walks up to the coach in his heavyweight, and my dad goes, I'll spar with you. And the heavyweight kind of looks at my dad, and my dad's got gray hair, and my dad's overweight now a little bit, and because he's 50 years old, what's he doing on the weekend? He doesn't train, he works all week and he drinks on the weekends. So the heavyweights, yeah, okay. My dad's like, no, give me 3 weeks and I'll spar with you. And the heavyweights, yeah, okay. And the coach is like, hey, Ed, you don't want to do this, blah, blah, blah. You're too old. You haven't done it. And my dad goes, I'm going to do it. I'll be back here in 3 weeks. Well, 3 weeks starts. My dad buys a heavy bag, puts it in the backyard, and starts training with it. I'm 10, 12 years old. I'm not really paying attention. When you're that age, you don't really pay attention to what the hell your parents are. You're too fixated on what your life is, right? No one in the gym really talks about it after that. They thought my dad was just talking. Like most people in life, people just fucking talk. They don't take action. My dad shows up at the gym 3 weeks later on sparring day. And during this whole time, his friends, my mom, everyone is telling him he's crazy. Don't do it. This guy is going to kill you. There's no point. This is stupid. Why would you put yourself through this pain? You haven't trained since you were 20. Now you're training in the backyard. You're hurting from training. Now you're going to go get, this guy's fighting on HBO next month. And now you're going to go fight him? Are you nuts? Dad ignores him. Trains. Shows up at the gym 3 weeks later on sparring day. He walks in. He's got his cheap-ass gloves on. And people are carrying these gloves. And the coach goes, what are you doing? He's like, well, I told you I'd be back in 3 weeks. And here I am. And he kind of looks at the heavyweight guy and goes, you going to spar him? Everybody's like, oh, if he wants to get in the ring with me, why not? And he's fucking here. So they give my dad, a proper set of boxing gloves. My dad gets in the ring with this guy, and coach kind of goes, hey, don't hurt him too much. My dad goes, no, I'm here to spar with him. Let him go. The guy's like, all right, fine. I'll let my hands go. 3, 2, 1, ding, ding. They walk out there, and the boxers kind of circle my dad. My dad goes, whack! My dad's fast. And I don't think this guy was expecting my dad to be this. I don't think they were expecting my dad to be this fast. Whack! Jabs him in the head. Head goes back. I was like, all right. They start going at it. My dad's going toe-to-toe with this 23-year-old. Guy's fighting on HBO. My dad's 50. Hasn't done any kind of workouts in years. Going toe-to-toe with this guy. And they're banging. My dad gets him in the corner. Pow, pow, pow. Guy slips out. They're on the floor. My dad's slipping. Bam, bam. 3, 2, 1. Ding, ding. They go in the corners. Round one's over with. My dad's getting water. Dad's a little tired. Again, he only had 3 weeks to really prepare for this thing. The guy's in the other corner. He gets a sip of water. He's kind of, out of breath a little bit. He's out of shape, but he's going, man, what the hell is this old man doing? He's kind of laughing over there. He said, hey, you're doing pretty good. Dad goes, yeah. Get some water. Go out there. They go like another minute. And all of a sudden, whack! This heavyweight guy gets my dad right underneath the rib cage. Cracks his ribs. See my dad go down like this. Dad's still out there. Throwing hands with his guy. 3, 2, 1. The round ends. We go in the corner. The coach comes in. He's seen that hit. He saw the hit. He knows my dad's hiding. My dad's a proud man. My dad's not going to say he's hurt. So today, we're going to call it there. 2 rounds is good enough. So they called the fight. My dad gets up. The heavyweight guy comes. They meet in the middle. They shake hands. My dad walks up to him and goes, the last time I did this, I was 23 years old. You weren't even born yet. You weren't even born the last time I did this. And the guy kind of smiles and goes, man, yeah, you did really good. My dad goes, thank you for that. And he walks out the ring. And everyone, all his friends, all my dad's friends in the meantime, would tell him he was crazy. He got his ribs broken. That was stupid. That didn't prove anything. He could have died. You know, all this shit, right? And my dad's just thinking in his head, what an experience that was. You know, at that present time, this didn't really mean anything to me. But now that I'm older, now that I'm, you know, looking back at it, I think my dad was crazy. The guy was 23 years old fighting on HBO at heavyweight. The guy was climbing the ranks. My dad's 50. Gets to the ring and spars with him. Now I know what was going through my dad's head. When my dad is 100 years old, he's laying on his deathbed, he's at the end of his road, and he looks back at his life. When he thinks about that particular moment in time, do you think he's gonna regret it? Do you think he's gonna sit there and go, man, yeah, my friends were right, that really hurt. I got my ribs cracked. I didn't make it, you know, I didn't make it all 3 rounds. That was awful. No. He's gonna look back and he's gonna be laughing. He's gonna be smiling, thinking, man, what an experience that was. I did that. No one does that. You don't hear of people doing that. I did that. That's what's gonna be going through his head, is that he lived that experience. And no one else has that experience. Everybody's too fucking scared to do it. They're living in the corners of life. And you don't have to, I don't want to say you have to go to that extreme, guys. But I'm saying, like, don't be scared to do things. Even when people are telling you not to do it because you want to do it. You want that experience. And that lesson, like I said, he never said a word about it. Looking back at it now, that was one of the biggest lessons my dad could teach me. And that was, your experiences are your own. And don't be scared to do things when the whole world is telling you not to. In life is a moment to come. You don't know if you're gonna have next month, next week, tomorrow, or even 3 hours from now. Because just like that, you could wake up and you're on a hospital bed and you only got a couple moments left to live. What are you gonna do today that counts? What experience do you wanna have? What do you wanna, when you're 90 years old and you look back at your life, you wanna be able to say you did this, you experienced that. Because sometimes when you fail at life, if you fail big enough, it's accelerating. It's a rush. When I'm 90 years old or 100 years old, I look back at my life, I'm not gonna look at all my failures. You know, maybe some of the failures, yes, but what would be really haunting is the what ifs, the things I quit on, the things I didn't do because I was scared. That's what's gonna haunt me. You don't wanna leave any stone unturned in your life. So one of the best pieces of advice I can give you is don't be scared to do things. Don't push things off till next year or next month, next week. You might not have it. All right? Life that goes by like that. Pretty soon I'll be 40, 50, 60, 70. I don't want to miss out on anything. So don't live in a corner of life, guys. Experience it. Have fun with it. Look back at your life and say, wow, what a trip.